Crystal clear. You're live, baby. You're live on YouTube.
I'm live on YouTube. Oh shit!
Yes, you are.
No one's
Yes,
ever
you are.
seen this
You are on
face.
the
I don't even like
show.
leaving the house.
You are on the show. Just make sure you look sexy.
I'm on the show.
You are on the show. I'm not even kidding you right now. You're live, baby.
Okay, so I
Live.
can't say anything next.
Welcome.
I can't
Welcome to the.
curse.
I can't wait to show this to John.
Yeah,
Yesterday, I
fucking
had my boy
awesome. I
John.
love it.
That I had you too. It's only God. You should have seen, bro. I'm your ears. The fact that you called me, your ears should have been ringing. We've been talking about you for 7 hours.
Really?
We've been talking
I
about
don't
you
know
for like
how
a
I'm so.
day.
I don't know how I'm so lucky that anyone even thinks about me. I love you guys.
Oh,
I really do.
you're on. We're like, dude, thanks to Eric. Thanks. We were laughing about it. We said how God, the Raiders, and Eric Bailey brung us together.
All right.
I said the Lord, Eric, the Raiders, and the good Lord. Because
Listen,
bro, he's a man of
I knew you could be a perfect person in his life that he can relate to. You guys have you have the same love with your family for the love of the Lord, and you two are just you're cut from the same mold. And since I left Chicago, I felt, you know what, I would love to introduce you guys because I know he could use a father figure, an older person he can ask, anything from just somebody you could talk to, because I'm not there. And that kid, I mean, what he did for my family and how much that he cherished my daughters, he always have a special place in my heart for that.
I feel that.
So, and the same
I
way
feel
with you,
that.
brother. I mean, you were always a motivational person in my life when I was in Chicago, especially when I was down at my lowest. And, it was your love, your faith in me that I had believed in myself again. And I felt people are meant to be in people's lives for however long that is, and I know that. It could be a minute, it could be a month, it could be years. And brother, I respect our friendship. I respect your family. I love you as a brother. We're from different areas, but I feel like I got a little Guatemalan in me somehow, some way.
Somehow, some way, when they say, bro, you for sure. There's a reason. Well, we used to say this back in the day. We said this back when we were friends, way back.
Mm,
Reason or a season, and you're
yeah,
not a season. You're
yeah,
for a reason.
yeah.
Bigger.
I felt the same way with you, brother. Believe you me,
A
I did.
season
And
is
you know
just
what?
right.
And it's amazing because the first thing Kat said when we left after meeting, she's like, "Baby, it's amazing the people you meet." But I will say this: I love Victor and his wife Wendy so much. They're just the realest people I've ever met, and I could see why you have such a connection. And baby, everybody loves you. And I'm like, you know what? I I am blessed. I'm blessed to have the people I meet in my life and the ones that I feel we could kind of learn from each other and keep as a friendship, as a brotherhood. So, you have only one life to live, my man. And I'm blessed every day when I get up knowing that, I'm surrounded by the love I have. So I'm happy I get to be on this podcast with you though. Let's talk about some football.
Okay, so I want you to because a friend of mine. Okay, so to recap, we met a great guy last week.
Mhm.
We had look, shout out to the look, shout out to the host. I'm a new subscriber. Hey, Kenneth. Shout out to the
Kenneth,
host. I'm a new
welcome aboard, brother.
welcome
This is the first
aboard,
time
my
I've ever
friend.
been on a podcast, so I appreciate you. If you want to laugh
First
at me because
time.
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I'm okay with that.
You are doing fantastic.
I
So
love it.
Jonathan was the first time, dude. How amazing is this? Jonathan's first time on the podcast was yesterday, and now you today.
Well, I have to look at that podcast. I've been so busy. I mean, it's crazy. It seems like this whole year is already flying pretty quick, so I haven't had a chance to keep up with you. So
Oh,
you know what?
bro,
I will be
brother,
looking at all the past podcasts. That's for sure.
brother, we are now that you're subscribed. Oh, you're connected now. It's for life, and I
Oh,
can. We have to have a call off the record, private. Jonathan has come up with the best idea for not only me, him, as I'm talking to you. I can't say the word out because if I say it out loud, I got to call you privately. He came up with a
what's
title.
happening?
He came up with a name. So I got Bears Game Podcast. He came up with his that I'll tell you. I'll call you later privately and tell you what it is.
Yeah,
It's so unique. And the best thing is nobody on YouTube has it. Nothing like it. And the
really.
concept, I'll tell you the concept. I'm not gonna even tell you the concept. I'll tell you privately on the phone. It is something
Okay.
that you could join us. Oh, I'll just give you a hint. It has to do with football fans
Hi,
and
beautiful. You're so beautiful. No, I was going to. I just was getting this stuff up. I will get it right now. I'm actually on a
shout out to you,
podcast.
Kenneth.
I just got it. Hold on. I'm getting in trouble. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
No, leave it toy. I'm in trouble by Mama right now. I didn't take the
Oh,
dogs
it's
out.
okay.
Shit.
Hey, we know. We all got it.
Oh God,
We
she's
all
mad at
got it, baby.
me.
I'm gonna get him on
So,
there. I'm gonna get
mm,
Jonathan to watch us from his phone.
okay.
I'm getting him right now, so we could. Yeah, I'm calling him so he watches us on live. So where how you can see a split screen, it was me on this side and Jonathan on this side. Bro, we held 41 people for an hour.
Really,
41. 41.
as Kenneth says, surprised how Chicago did against Green Bay. Let me tell you something, Kenneth. I was watching that game last night. By halftime, I was like, "This is garbage." The Bears are shooting themselves in the foot. They're just not. It's not. I believe they were pretty much dead in the second half. But I will say, as someone who lived in Chicago, who's seen many Bear games, that team had no quitting them last night. And as a Chicago Bear fan, you should be proud because whatever that coach has done to Khalid, it's working. So as a Raider fan to a Bear fan, your future is looking bright. Mine's still kind of, I don't know, cloudy. Because even though we have the number one pick, it ain't gonna take one person to to change our whole persona, our whole way of thinking. So that's all I
You're,
care.
you're so valuable, brother, because I have so many people who are Raider fans on this channel. And I said, I can't wait to get you on here because you love the Raiders. And I told them the story about the Jewel and Raiders and the whole story.
Raiders suck.
Let's go.
It's hard to be a Raider
And
fan. I've
they
been a
had
Raider fan
this
since I
guy had
was
some
growing up in LA.
fantastic questions. He had some fantastic questions for me. And he wanted to know, dude, I'm watching Eagles versus 49ers right now, Kenneth.
Yeah.
I'm watching it right now. So this guy I want to ask you, because he asked me, what quarterback do you think they should draft, the Raiders, based on what they see what's going on?
Well,
I want to
so
hear it.
what I've seen this year in that kid Mendoza, he's something special.
Mendoza, brother.
Mendoza.
Mendoza is specifically
Mendoza. Now, I'm not gonna lie. The whole year, even if I thought they were getting the first pick, they need to trade that shit back. Their offensive line, help defense side with Matt Crosby, and
okay.
then whatever you get in that haul, package that with the future picks you might have, and go after Joe Burrow. You have someone who's ready, set, and go, and I don't think he's feeling it in Vegas or in Cincinnati anymore.
Crosby.
No, Burrow.
Oh, right, Joe
I
Burrow,
don't
right.
think Burrow is feeling it in Cincinnati anymore. He's ready to go. I think a change. He's got that that what do you call it, that vibe about him. He's Joe Cool, and I think he can adapt. And with that, we can actually still go after the offensive line, help the defense, and play in a division. In my opinion, the Raiders are going to be the Jets for the next 15 years unless they do something very soon.
Correct.
And the Raider culture was different back when I was growing up, and they're starting to change with Mark taking over. But I don't know what this last season was. Was a dumpster fire. As a Raider fan, it was hard to see. They never really were firing all aspects in any game: offense, defense, special teams, and they never really had that 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 burning desire to play to the end of the game, and that's what it takes for a championship team. You got to realize, no matter how far you're down, the game's not over until that whistle blows. And so, I could feel Max Crosby's frustration when he was not taken off this. He was basically taken off, put out injury reserve for the last two games because they want to preserve him for next year. But Max was so pissed off about that because he has that fire. He has that desire. This is the only dude that I know in the last 3 years that has not taken one playoff in any game.
Oh,
All right.
Cheech and Chong. Thank you, dude.
You
Thank you,
know,
Cheech and Chong. Thank you, Cheech and Chong. Continue.
Cheech and Chong. I love it.
Cheech and Chong, he's hit the like button. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Cheech and Chong,
What are you
thank you for
smoking over there?
subscribing.
Smoking a little Labrador, a little Maui Wowie with a little Labrador.
Something good.
Labrador? My fucking dog ate my stash. I had to follow him around with a baggie for 2 days. One of the greatest
Classic.
movies I love. I love it.
Classic.
But like
Well,
I said,
continue. Continue.
so what I've been seeing in this kid and his fight and his poise is something I haven't seen because he's not doing it with arrogance. He's doing it with his pure heart. And what this coach has done the last 2 years, put this team together of misfits, and how he led this team coming from transfer from Cal, and they believed in him. I gotta say, hands down, this kid is NFL ready. But if you go to the Raiders, you better make sure you protect this kid. You build around him. You don't even necessarily have to throw him in right away. You got drafted. You saw how they know Colonel drafted the kid out of
Callie.
North Dakota last year. And hi, Callie.
Callie.
Callie, man, I'm from Cali, and so
Great guy. Great guy. He was on the podcast the last 3 days in a row. This is day 3.
oh man,
Fantastic
what a good
human
dude.
being. Golden
I
human
love it.
being. Good to see
I
you,
love it.
bro. Continue.
So
As you think.
so in my opinion, if they draft him, you better make sure you put the right pieces and you don't throw his ass out there until you know he can actually progress as a player, as a leader, and builds the belief from the rest of the team that he's deserving of that number one pick. But what you see in this kid, his character is one of a kind. He's not arrogant. That's one thing I hated about Khalid, bro. When he came to USC, he wasn't great. Okay, he never won the Pac-10. He lost. He didn't play his last bowl, and every time I watched him and an interception happened or something didn't go his way, he was on the sidelines crying, like it was everyone else's fault but him. The
Heal.
number one character you need as someone who you have people believe in as your leader is that you don't give them any idea, any emotion. You just keep telling them, "We get through this. We're gonna do what we do. No matter what happens, as long as we played our hearts out for 60 minutes, we can't take anything away from us."
Right.
It's never been
Right.
that way. Even when he
Right.
went to the Bears, I just didn't like the kid. I thought he was too arrogant. I don't know who's your new coach now. For his name.
Ben
I'm
Johnson.
gonna tell you something about that guy. I don't know what it is about him, but he's gotten into that kid's ear
Good, better, best.
and
Good, better,
made him
best.
believe in what his vision was. And I didn't think that was gonna be possible with this kid because I thought this kid was too arrogant, was making too much money in college, came out of college, and thought the world owed him because he was Khalid Williams.
Cheech and
Great
Chong
architect.
says, Cheech and Chong says Raiders need Shadur Sanders. I
Dude,
think
I'm gonna tell you right now, Chicharron, I'm so pissed off that the Raiders didn't pick him last year. Because in my opinion, one, he's got the same votto and same vibe that suits Vegas. Two, how is Tom Brady going to practice with this guy and train him for 2 years in his quarterback camps and help groom him and then not draft him? Three, you pick up some kid that Tom Brady drafted who's pretty good. Don't get me wrong. I forget his name. Out of North Dakota State, won the Division II championship. However, never played him.
right.
So what I don't understand in the season that you had, why didn't you play the pieces that are going to be your future to see where you can improve on in their skill? And that's what pissed me off about Pete Carroll. He wasn't willing to do that. He's an
Right.
old school coach that had still that old school philosophy, and he
Right.
put too much of his chips in on Geno Smith. Now I like Geno. Don't get me wrong. What he did in Seattle, how he resurrected his career, was nothing short of amazing because
Sure.
the kid was accurate. The kid had talent. He had arm. He had the legs. But I don't know when he came to the Raiders. I don't know what happened. That's the thing about coming to the Raiders, man. You either do mediocre, sometimes great, or they get lucky on a pick. Or when they come there, they just fall flat on their face. And a lot of Raider fans are going to look at this number one pick. When's the last time we had our last number one pick? 2007. Who was that pick?
Right.
Jamarcus Russell. You know, uh, Jamarcus Russell, don't get me wrong, was a freak athlete, 6'5", 250 pounds, through the ball 80, 90 yards without hesitation.
Correct.
But the thing is when you invest that much into one player, they didn't they didn't believe in him after the first year. I don't know what it was. And then I don't think they built the team around his strengths. And basically now they call that the biggest flop ever in Raiders draft history. Well, you know what? You set that up for yourself. If you're going to draft somebody who's number one, you know how valuable that number one pick is. You got to make sure you set him up for success. Look at Sam Darnold, another fucking example. He goes to the Jets. He's a piece. Everyone writes him up. Says, "Oh, you know what? He played 2.5 seasons. He's not accurate." The guy got sacked like 70 times in those 2 seasons, right?
Right.
Plus, then they got rid of the coach, and then he has a new regime, and
Right.
then he just lost faith in himself, and they trade him to Minnesota, right? Then he steps in. Kirk Cousins gets hurt. He steps in and he leads them to a 13-3 record. You know why? Because they understand his strengths and his weaknesses. That's what a
Correct.
true coach does and a true coaching staff.
Correct.
Then they said, you know what? Fuck this. We're going to try and get everything we can for him because we just drafted this JJ McCarty who, got hurt, couldn't play.
Correct.
And we're going to ship him off to Seattle for a pick, whatever, second round and whatever. And he signed that 3-year contract. Now, the first game Seattle played, they looked horrible.
Gotcha.
But something happened. It clicked the third week, and they just went on rolling over top opponents. And what that kid has done is he found his own confidence, self confidence. When you find your own self confidence and believe in yourself again, then you motivate yourself to do better. That you can do better. And what he's done is nothing short of just spectacular. I mean, the Niners had it made. The Niners had it made. All they had to do was beat Seattle. All they had to do
Correct.
is beat Seattle, and then they had first round bye, and the Super Bowl was running to their house. So all they had to do is keep winning.
Right.
So I will say this: that kid, I always liked him. I just knew that he wasn't in the right system, but he's the proof. You find the right system, the right people you put around him, and always believe in the fact that you trust this person. They start trusting themselves, and they start producing the way you hope. It's a symbiotic circle. Everything has to work in cohesiveness. We all know that. It's the
Correct.
same thing with life, And
Correct.
I'm not saying I'm the biggest football guru. I played it, my whole life and
But
growing up, and and
you're
and
well
you know I
educated.
and I was a big fan growing up in the '80s. I loved football, and I loved the passion, the dedication it took. You know, it's at that time it was more of a violent sport. Today it's a little bit more,
This guy
sugar-coated
says
with
you
all
look
the
like
stuff.
he said you look like Joe Namath.
Oh, thank you. I like that. Broadway Joe is another one. Come on, Broadway Joe. This man,
Broadway Joe.
this man guaranteed a Super Bowl victory over the Indianapolis Colts. That they were 14-point underdogs. And let me tell you, like I said, it takes the right moment and the right person at that moment to believe in themselves. And when that happens, wonderful things can happen in the future. So
Agreed.
you
Agreed.
know, you know.
All
So
right, guys, don't be a bum. Hit that like. Thank you, brother. Hey, Cheech and
how do I
Chong.
like
Thank you,
what?
dude.
What do you? How do you like it?
Uh,
Where's the like button on this?
oh no, you like the button right on there. You see the like button right on the screen. You can see it somewhere. There's a way to like it. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for liking the channel. Don't be a bum. Hit that like, dude. Cheech and Chong is awesome, dude. We met, I think, a few weeks ago, right? Cheech and Chong. Am I wrong? Did we meet like last week? Hey,
And
like
I want
Bears
I want to go
versus
back to
Texans
I
Super
want to go
Bowl.
back to the comment that Cheech and Chong said about Shedeur Sanders. I was so pissed off they didn't draft him because that kid, no matter what you want to say about his dad, and no matter how much he brings to whatever you think he is, when you talk to that kid, it's all about winning. And he's tired of people picking on him, saying he's a distraction. Let me tell you something. The only way they make a distraction is because the media makes him a distraction. What you saw in the last 6 games in Cleveland was nothing short of impressive, considering they didn't believe in him. And he went
Correct.
out there and said, you know what? I don't care if you believe in me. I'm going to play. Now, he did a lot of mistakes in those games, but he improved every week. And the
Right.
kid has no fear. And he's you get the right person around that kid, he's a franchise quarterback. I hate to say it, he is. I mean, what he did in Colorado with the team that his dad built, which wasn't full of all these 4 or 5 star players, he had the belief in his son. And look what they did. I mean, from the first year to the second year, they improved drastically. Of course, they didn't play top tier, um, teams. They didn't play like Alabama, SEC. I understand that. However, he played in the league and he pretty much dominated it. The kid was a 71% completion passer rating, or 71% completion rating. I mean, that's something that's unheard of,
Correct.
in college. And I don't care who you're playing. If you do that, guess what? And you still put up 300, 400 yards, 3 or 4 touchdowns. I mean, the kid, he has an instinct for football, and you can't teach that. You know what I mean? I mean, look at
I
Deion Sanders.
he is. I agree with Joe Namath here. He tell you, he goes, I agree with Joe Namath. Hire Dion for head coach and get his son over there. Make
I'm
young
game for
Christian.
that because you know what? Deion can handle all those different characters and all those different people that are just they're their own people. It's the cohesiveness you have to build. No matter who they are, they're their own individual, but you got to bring that together as a team.
I
and
like it.
unfortunately, Pete couldn't do it last year. And I really think that if Dion's not it, I believe that you should offer a little thing. I've been hearing through the wire that the Raiders are talking about after the national championship game, reaching out to Signelli and say, "Listen, would you be willing to come to the NFL? We'll draft your boy. You can groom him, and you have complete control." Because I like this guy because he's a winner wherever he's gone. No, his dad was he's in the Hall of Fame, Frank Signelli, and he was the coach of West Virginia. He took over Bobby Bowden's spot. They didn't think he was going to do shit. So that family understands football, everything you need to know about how to create and design plays. And I mean, this guy created a championship team in college at Indiana by only picking little scrubs, little misfits that he saw play that just had that fight in them. It wasn't the potential was there. He saw what they were doing then. And he took a chance on a bunch of misfits that believed in each other so much, they did something no one's ever done. They beat the shit out of Alabama, who's never lost like that in the history of that program. You know, and like I said before, this is a team that's been the basement child, the redheaded team that always gets their asses kicked by Ohio State, Michigan. This year, what they've created down there, the cohesiveness, is nothing short of amazing. I mean, I've never seen Alabama look like that,
Right.
especially in a playoff game. I don't care if it's Nick Saban or not. No, they have they have 8 4-star recruits on Indiana, right?
Got you.
No 5-star. They have
Got you.
over 44 and 5-star recruits on Miami.
Right.
You know what I mean? Same
Right.
with Alabama. They probably have about 45, 50, 4 or 5-star recruits. All it takes, it doesn't matter on paper. All that matters is the determination, the drive you have within yourself, and the belief in your teammates. And you know what? As you can see, what happened with the Bears last night, it was nothing short one of the greatest games I've ever seen in my life.
My boy,
Especially how that game started off.
cooking with hey, Keller, cooking with Keller. He goes, well, I guess I shall keep my promise. Now go Bears. He said, if his Packers get knocked out, this guy's good guy. There's
I
so
love
many
it.
good guys here. He said, he's a Packer fan, but a good guy. He said, if his team gets knocked out, he's going for the Bears. He's going to keep rooting for the North. He's rooting for the NFC North. Cooking
You
with
know
Keller,
what?
so good to see you, brother.
Go Bears. I mean, like I told you yesterday, I didn't realize the statistic they put on the screen was the Bears have won 6 games this year out of the 11 that they won when they were
Brother,
down in the
hear me out.
second 2 minutes left. It's crazy.
Me and you play 7 checker games, 7 chess games. You pick a game.
Mhm.
I beat you 1 time. You beat me 7. It's not a fluke that you're better than me. It's not a fluke. You beat me 7 times. I beat you once. If Caleb only did this 1 time, I'd say, or twice, I'd say it's a fluke. That these
No,
fourth
no.
quarter
Like I
things
said, the
happen.
team he's believing in himself, and that's the number one thing you want from your leader. Have faith and believe in themselves that the guys around you are going to be there to the whistle blows and fight tooth and nails to get you where
How,
you need to get
brother,
to.
you have no idea what we deal with as YouTubers and Bears fans. They'll say we're frauds. That we're frauds, but then we continue to keep winning. We keep winning. They said, you know what they said about us, brother? This beginning of the season, my friend, it was that there was, they do this computerized, the NFL does this computerized data, statistics. It started off like this for the beginning of the season. 53% chance the Lions were going to go win the North and go to the playoffs. This is the beginning of this
Mhm.
year.
Oh, I know,
Fo-
I know,
40,
and then you make it.
40, I know, 42% Packers,
Yep,
42%, 35% the Minnesota. You know what the
yep,
Chicago Bears were at? 2%.
yep. Well, did
2%.
you see that statistic going into the fourth quarter that
Yep.
the Bears had only a 5% chance of winning, especially after he threw that interception with 10 minutes left to go?
After these
And I
last
was
two
like,
losses.
"What the fuck is this guy doing?" Because he's just throwing up, and he wasn't planting properly. But then again, that's how he's always played. He's
To
somewhat
win,
accurate. But I will say
we,
this: they didn't
yeah,
quit, and that's the one thing that if I was a Bear fan today, I'd be proud because you saw something the Bears haven't shown in a long time, which is heart.
100%.
Heart in the face
100%.
of adversity. That they
100%.
believe, and that's how life is. You believe in yourself, no matter how many times you get knocked down or you don't think there's a way up. Just believe in yourself that you know what. There's always another way. You might
Believe
not
in
see it
yourself.
right there. What you might not see it at that moment, but it happens. So
This team does not know the meaning of quit. They do not
mm-mm.
know the meaning. They don't know. And that's what you need. Bear fans, welcome to the chat. This team never says die. Never say die attitude. And
I
that's what
like
this team
that
is.
Joe Namath, man. Maybe I should change my name to Joe.
Dude, let's go
I
Broncos.
like
Bo
this.
Nick is taking the
I gotta
Broncos
say,
spot.
it's the first time I've ever shown my face on any podcast ever. I'm not someone who likes to share anything, and I'm kind of a private person. The only thing I ever have is
Yeah.
Facebook. But this is pretty fun, bro. I like this.
Isn't it fun? Dude, you're
Yeah,
live,
yeah.
baby. You're live in front
I'm
of the world.
live. I'm
Live.
live and ready to go.
My brother Eric in the house.
Yeah.
Josh, Bill Super Bowl. You know what? That's very likely. You know us. You know what this channel's
Well,
about.
I'll tell you right now. It's not given because the Bills don't have the defense they had in the years. There's like top 20 in the defense. He doesn't have the weapons he's had. I mean, this Cook kid, of
Hi,
course, the
Derek.
running back's the man. However, you saw today. Look at what Jacksonville did. It was a back and forth game, exciting game. And I will say this: if Josh Allen's ever going to win a Super Bowl, this is the best time for him. And everyone says it. There's no Patrick Mahomes. There's no Lamar Jackson. It's him. And Josh Allen, he needs a Super Bowl. The guy's
He says
amazing.
they're rushing. He says their rushing makes up for it.
Hmm. Exactly. James
Right.
Cook, that kid, that kid's pretty good. I like him.
They said
But
Texas. I like this guy Texas. Texas, please. P9Z. He goes Texans and Bears in the Super Bowl. That's awesome, man. Respect,
well, the Texans still
respect.
have to take care. But hold on, Texans still have to take care of the Pittsburgh, and that's not a gimme.
Right. Not a
That's not a
given.
gimme. You know
Not a
what?
given.
One thing about Aaron Rodgers, even though he's not playing at the elite level he was before, he still he can still produce, and as long
Correct.
as the defense is there, you're always in the game.
Correct. What do you think
So
about? What do you think about Denver?
Denver, they're the most complete team, I think. The only thing that's a question mark is Bo Nix. What Bo Nix are you getting this week? Are you
Right.
going to get the guy that was 27 for 32 for 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions? Or are you going to get the guy that's 10 for 20 for 115 yards, 2 interceptions, and a fumble? So,
Do you?
there's
Okay.
certain times the defense has bailed him out, which is, like I said, defensive. I've always believed defenses win championships, but not necessarily all the time, but they set the tone that knowing that they're going to keep you in the game. As long as you have a defense that keeps you in the game is never over for you.
You
It's
really.
up to the other
I
people.
agree. The Denver has a complete team, and their defense is good. Their
Yeah,
defense is good.
dude, their defense put so many points for me on fantasy this year. It was like I was like, dude. And I also had the Texas defense, but Denver had more takeaways, which was pretty impressive. So
It would love to see Allen with the Super Bowl. Is it about Dennis Allen?
yeah,
Allen Hooper.
no, oh, no, Josh Allen,
Oh, my
quarterback.
bad. Hello.
He's
Sorry.
right. You know
Whoa.
what? From what that
Sorry.
guy's done,
Brain fart.
it's pretty amazing. I'm not
Brain
gonna
fart.
lie.
Forgive me.
From how he's changed that culture in Buffalo. And I'll say one of the greatest games I ever saw was 2021, that playoff game, the AFC Championship playoff game, where it, it went to overtime and the Bills never got a chance to get the ball back. I remember watching that
Right.
game. That was probably one of the most exciting games I can remember seeing for a long time.
And
And
Jeremy, yeah, we talked before. We know a couple years away from being Josh Allen level. Absolutely. Like Josh Allen level. But this is the good news about he's the youngest guy. He's the youngest guy to do what he's doing, Caleb Williams. He's the youngest guy. That's great news to be doing this good. And he's at the youngest doing it. He's a kid.
well,
So he's
I'm gonna be
doing
honest with you. I never thought that I would see something for the first time out of him, and that was he put his all out there. You saw him get his ankle hurt. You saw how that looked pretty bad. He even said you could read his
oh
lips on the sideline. He was like, I think it's cracked. Because if you saw like, I don't know how he did it himself, but he was right
but
next to
he
the he was
ran,
like,
man, after he
dude.
did
And
that,
then
he
he
took
came
off
back.
running.
I really thought, because that was in the first half. I
He
really
can still
thought
run.
that he was not going to be able to freaking play because he wouldn't be able to
Right,
play. But
right.
you know what? He showed
He
me
can still
heart and
run.
grit, and that's what it takes, man. I mean, shit, bro. You have players that play through injuries that don't even tell their players until after the fact. I mean, that's what it takes. It takes that will of just putting it all out there and know that even if you lost, you left it on the field and you have nothing to. There's always got to be a winner. There's always got to be a loser. But if you feel like you gave it all, then you can always hold your head up high. And that's what it
Yeah.
came. These guys are making all
Chief, I hear
this
you, bro.
money for
I hear you, Chief.
entertainment purposes. And some people I see rather just whine and complain rather than just go out there and prove, listen, we can overcome this. And that's what this generation of young players need to see more of. Not this. whining, crying on the sideline. It's me, me, me. That's not it. I mean, I don't know what the fuck happened in Baltimore, but I guarantee it was something with Lamar. And after what John Harbaugh has done to that organization, the guy has a minimum 10 wins a year for 18 fucking years. You got him to the playoffs 12 years out of those 18, won one Super Bowl, and had an MVP quarterback for 3 out of the 4 years. I don't get it. What you're gonna take Lamar and you're gonna think you're gonna bring a new coach in, is gonna change the dynamic of what you created that is working.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I
E-Dub, I
mean,
see
this
you.
guy, this
Caleb is a
guy,
future
this
star.
guy, no
Hell yeah.
matter what, he was able to
Hell
adapt to
yeah.
the game as it changed and able to still, I don't know, work his magic. And I will say this, as a as a fan looking in, that kind of broke my heart. I was like, man, and now he's a guy, and now he's at the Dolphins. Now he's a Dolphins head coach. So I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
Who are they bringing in? I don't even know who the hell they're thinking of. They're going to
What
replace
do you
that
think
guy.
about this here? It says Denver will be eliminated first round. I don't think so. Not first round. I don't think so. Who knows? You just never know.
I didn't speak for it. You want to say hi? I'm on
You
a
just never know.
podcast. I'm sorry.
Could be eliminated first round. Not a guarantee. Hey, what's up,
We're gonna
sister?
go.
Yeah.
I'll give you this one. Give me.
Yeah, brother. No problem. I'll chat with these guys. Yeah, Eagles 13-10. I know, dude. I'm watching the game right now. E-Dubs. E-Dubs, I'm watching the game right now. Really interesting game. Interesting game. Eagles win, they come to Chicago. 49ers win, we face the Rams. Either way, either team comes to Chicago. Rams come to Chicago. Eagles win
No,
this
no,
game.
no. I already paid for the tickets. We're going. All right,
Eagles come to
listen. I got.
Chicago.
I hate to cut
We're
this
good
soon,
either
but
way.
I have to go. I was taking my girl out to a movie, so we're gonna go see Avatar. I didn't forget. I just figured I had some time. It took me 10 minutes.
I think he will chase money, not a legacy. Yes,
Yeah, exactly.
bro, I'll tell
Dude,
you.
it's right there
That's a
down the
good
street,
question.
and you got 15 minutes
I
of
can't
reviews,
be
20
that
sometimes.
he's
So you
so
said,
young,
come on.
right, bro? I could be a
Yeah,
star.
I think
Okay.
he's still young. I think he has time to improve. But what I saw
Yes,
yesterday is kind of a cornerstone you could work with.
I
Listen, I
100%
hate to do this. I gotta go. I didn't know. I gotta go.
Hey,
I had some plans taken up. I
all
love you.
good,
I'll
brother.
call. Do this tomorrow. Call me. Do this tomorrow. We'll talk
Let's do
about the
this
games we saw
tomorrow.
today. Okay.
I'll call
Listen,
you
I
tomorrow.
love
We'll
you,
do this
bro.
tomorrow.
I love your podcast. I love your vibe. I love your energy. Thank you for inviting me. I would love
Thank
to
you,
come
bro.
join you again. I just love talking to my
Thank
boy.
you.
Okay.
This was a fantastic
Hey
show.
guys, thank you for watching us and listen, go Bears. You know what? You have a lot to look forward to. I'm proud for you guys. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow, brother. I love you.
God bless you. Love you. I love you,
All
my
right.
brother. God bless.
Mm,
I'll see you. See you later.
Later
And
on,
brother,
brother.
I hear you. Oh boy, you're on the wrong channel. This is a Bears channel. This is not political. Please keep that politics off this channel. Okay? Not here. Cheech and Chong, I think he will follow. I think he will follow the legacy. That's my instinct. But this is the thing. Just like it took me time to know for sure if Bear done only Bears talk. Only Bears talk here. None of that politics stuff. Left or right, up or down. Bears only. Football only. You can talk about movies. Talk about a movie. Nothing more. I hope he does. Also, the Bears have so much history. I know. Cheech and Chong. So much history. If he's smart, and this is what I'll tell you this, Cheech and Chong. I'm glad you're in the chat. So my prediction is, if they start winning Super Bowls, he ain't going nowhere. If him and dude, did you see? I'm a person of instinct. Okay, I'm a person of instincts. I rely on instincts. I don't rely on data. I rely on full instincts. The kind of person I am, which is when my instincts, mostly 98%, I'm always right. Maybe 99. There's always that 1%. My instincts and what took place in that locker room. I've come across people in my life that have been tough on me, but for love, for the right reasons, tough on me. And in the beginning, I may not have liked them, but later, after I got to know them, boy, I know he's stuck on there. He's frozen. I don't know how to get him off, but it's all good. Um, it changed me. And if you saw in the locker room, Caleb went deep. Caleb went deep with that conversation. Did you see the locker room after the locker room when they won? The locker room, he got the game ball. And the speech that he gave, I'm going to make a video, guys. I'm going to cut a video. Promise you. I'm going to drop the video probably today or tonight. That speech that Caleb gave. Goosebumps, bro. I know when I see a leader, that's why I'm not about all that other conversation. Thank you. Tommy Thunder. Good to see you, Tommy. Thank you, brother. Great to see you. What's good, brother? George Kittle's injury out of game. Ooh, George Kittle's injury out of game. Uh-oh. We'll see how that plays out for the long run. So with my instincts, there's something with Caleb, father, uncle, nephew, father, son. There's something there that I see. You feel me? That is so good to see you, Tommy. Mad respect. Great to see you again. Uh yes, there's an instinctual, these two, I feel it in my soul. I feel it so sure. It's like when you know that's the one it's gonna be, that's gonna be your baby mama. You know that's her, and you want her to be the one. I have never felt good, good in my chest about any coach for the Chicago Bears team since Mike Ditka. Never. When I saw Mike Ditka, the highlights of what kind of coach he was, I'm like, okay, I see why he won a Super Bowl. And I know why every other coach since then have not. I know why. Killer instinct. 2 words. Killer instinct. Mike Ditka, I'm sorry, Ben Johnson is like Mike Ditka. Different personalities, same killer instinct. Mike Ditka was the psycho that you want. Ben Johnson is the maniac that you want on this team. He's a maniac. And sometimes it could be to his detriment. Some of his decision making yesterday was a little bit insane. But this guy is that crazy that every mistake that he makes, he will adjust. He's a brain. Brother, Matt Forte. It's funny that you brought up Matt Forte because I did a video. I don't know if you've seen it. Check out my video for 3 days ago. Matt Forte, I did an audio clip with Matt Forte's words on the subject of the Green Bay Packers being very overconfident. The legacy players, the Hall of Famers that used to play on the Green Bay Packers, the Packers themselves, overconfident. Some of them, a lot of them, and a lot of the fans were overconfident. I had people sending me video game, what do you call that? Madden simulation. Green Bay beating the Bears 50-37. Made me laugh so hard when I saw that. When I got, and this was the day before the game. This is the day before the game. I got while I was at work. I saw that 50-37. This video game thing. I said we're gonna win. Right there. It was a Packer fan, of course, trying to poke fun. It was hilarious. Yes, just out of that speech, outstanding, bro. Edub, that speech in the locker room was special. I have never seen a quarterback or head coach. I've seen him in other teams. I've seen quarterbacks and head coaches like we have now on other teams. I don't need to say necessarily compare names to other, compare Caleb to Patrick Mahomes. I don't need to do all that. I've seen great leaders, great quarterbacks, and great coaches winning Super Bowl, watching from my couch for 40 years. But it wasn't Chicago Bears until now. Until finally I go, this looks familiar. This looks like everything that I wish we had. This is so different. So different on levels. And if you study this game carefully, you can see that this is a group of people playing many instruments, and there's still the guy playing the guitar's a little off, the guy playing on the drums a little off, but still making a song. The Bears are still making a song with broken instruments and still beat. They did something that no one has done since Pearl Harbor. Beat the Green Bay Packers in the playoffs. Pearl Harbor. So now we can put that behind us. Because right now, this team is rewriting history, my friends. Mike Shannon and John Elway were epic to watch. Shannon Sharp, oh, Cheech, you're in my soul right now. You're in my soul right now. I'm with you. I'm with you. Great. The 90s, the early 2000s. That's why I love NFL, man. I love football. A lot of great athletes doing some amazing things. Let me tell you. When you want to go, yes, hey, E-Dubs, send me. I got links already set up whenever you're ready. I know how to do this now. I've gotten good at it. This is my second time doing it ever. Yesterday and today, my first two times. Send me a DM on Bears Game Podcast Instagram. DM me your email. I send you an invite. Bada bing, bada boom. We can do it. We can do it in the week. I think we can do it. I'll send me your email. We'll communicate and we'll work something out. Okay. Send me your email. Bears Game Podcast Instagram or Bears Game Podcast on X. I'm everywhere. I'm all over the place. So, like we were talking about, this game, playoffs are interesting this year. Playoffs are great. What's the score right now? I can't see the score. The Eagles, the Eagles are on fire. They're on fire. He looks pissed. The head coach looks so mad right now. I think I missed something huge. What do we miss? Something huge happened with the Eagles. We missed it. I don't know. But to the point, the Bears, the regime is over. And being stuck in the past, like that 2% of toxic fans around the world, 2%. 98% of every fan base, every team's fan base, the 98% understand the Bears are going places, but they're not quite there yet. As a Bear fan, I don't think we're going to the Super Bowl and winning it. If we find ourselves there, it's too much to ask for. If something insane happens, hey, God bless. But I also understand being a student of the game. I'm a student. I'm not a teacher. Being a student of the game, I understand we're still about a year away or two from winning a Super Bowl. But best believe we're going to be in the playoffs now all the time. Ben Johnson has been waiting to find his quarterback, has been waiting to find his team, and he found it. That's all I'm going to say. You know what I mean? So, what do you guys think? I'm going to be on here for 5 more minutes, and I got to eat because I am so starving. I could eat this phone. This game is interesting, but something happened that made the Eagles very upset. Uh-oh. I see what happened. The Niners. Oh, they're going over the recap. It's halftime. Bear down. Hey, what's up, dude? Frank Kudos. Bear down. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining us and thank you for supporting us. Crazy. I know. Crazy. Wow. Yep. Shout. Okay. Bears up. Hey. Bears up, baby. Good to see you, dude. Synth. Ross. Nice to see you. Welcome to the chat. Question for you guys. Do you see me clearly or are you seeing a frozen image of a guy in the screen? Just had a question because I got a frozen image on my screen and I can't seem to get it off. The Iceman, dude. He is incredible. The Iceman. I doubted, and I'm man enough to admit when I was wrong. And I didn't doubt the whole year. I doubted about 6 weeks. I didn't like the first 7 weeks. First 7 weeks I didn't like. No one did. If you're being honest with yourself. Nah, you. Oh, okay, right. But do you see a frozen image of just me by myself? You don't see a frozen image of a person on the right side of your screen, or is it just me? Because I see a frozen image on my end. But if you guys don't see anything weird, that's fine. Totally good. We're good? Yes, the future. The future is so bright. So bright. We're gonna get up out of here in about 5, 6 minutes. But I wanted to say thank you to you guys supporting the channel. We already broke 600. Do you remember, Synth? You guys in the chat? Just 2 weeks ago, we were 500. Growing 100 subscribers in two weeks is very good for a independent small channel. It's fantastic. So thank you guys. Yes, thank you. Thank you for your support. Cheech and Chong, So nice to meet you the other day. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again today, Cheech. We're gonna get some food because I think I'm like an hour and a half, 2 hours late for lunch. So you take care of yourself, brother. God bless Cheech and Chong. God bless you. Be safe. Bear down, and we will see you later. Okay, guys. Take care of yourselves and bear down. God bless. Be safe. Thank you, man. Enjoy your evening as well. Salute to you. Yes, sir. God bless you both. Take care, guys. We'll see you later. Who knows? I might be back.